Will the meeting come to order, please? I have several announcements to make. First of all, I would like to send congratulations to Lindsay Wells. Lindsay, will you stand up? Lindsay had just completed her certification program on January 16th, and she's moving up the ladder, but she passed all the tests and did everything else, so we want to congratulate you. Cam, to tell us a little bit about what you had to go through to get all this.
Sure. Lindsay obtained her Texas Registered Municipal Clerk certification. It's a program at the University of North Texas, which is recognized by the state legislature, actually in the local government code. To obtain your TRMC certification, you do have to do homework, take tests, and attend training seminars. And the stats are pretty impressive, actually. I didn't bring my reading glasses this morning, but it's actually in here. It's over 200 hours of individual study. And again, that's studying, completing homework, sending that in for grading, doing testing, and also 100 contact hours of actual instruction and course seminars that are related to municipal government, elections, records management, public administration, and the list goes on, everything that we touch as city secretaries. So it's a very important certification to obtain if you're looking at this career process. So Lindsay's actually been in municipal government since 2005. She began as a deputy court clerk for the city of Arlington, and then became the teen court coordinator in the city of Arlington before proceeding on to the town of Pantego to serve as the city secretary. So we were very fortunate to have her come our way when Ann Pope retired. I'm very glad to have her on my staff and very pleased with her performance.
And Holly's going through that too.
Holly has completed her last test, so she has completed all of the coursework.
Just seminars.
And done the testing for that, and has tested out of the course modules that we have, and now just has to go through the contact study, 100 hours of contact study through the seminars. And so she attended she's got 2 of the 8 seminars knocked out, so we'll be looking at completing the next 6 over the next couple of years and having her graduate in January of 2017.
We're one of the few cities that will have 3 people.
Absolutely. A lot of cities have one. Most cities have 1. Some cities have 2. I don't even know one that has 3.
Well, Euless?
There
It's always everywhere, right? Thank you. And congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, next of all, we had a great town hall meeting for those of you all that came. It was freezing cold outside, but that's okay. It was nice and warm inside. And anything that Bob Freeman chairs is fun. We're in for a nice fun night. He's a great guy, so thank you for that too, and thank you for that. This week we attended a funeral for a lifetime member of the city of Euless. Ivy Nail passed away, and her eulogy. It was nice to hear Reverend Robertson talk about her service to Euless and how much the historical committee of Euless meant to her and to her whole family. So that was kind of nice to hear. So, I'd like to also congratulate the Parks Department. We just received a Tree City Award for 28 years.
Yes, ma'am.
That's pretty good.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing, planting trees or something?
A few. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us what you do to get it to be a tree city.
Well, it's based on, obviously, your tree preservation, tree planting, how much per capita is spent on your tree program. Obviously tree-related purchases, an event to observe Arbor Day. So there's several things that you have to do to reach the Tree City USA status.
Do they still give you a flag every year?
Yes, ma'am.
So you probably have them lined up over there.
We don't have enough flagpoles, all of them are.
You could hang them on the walls if you have to.
Hanging from the rafters, yeah, we're talking to the stars right now, since they're not hanging any banners.
Thank you. Do we have any reports now from our city council? Anybody?
You can have carried, you know.
That's up. Okay. Okay.
You don't have to be certified, just certifiable.
She just got 7 people watching us, which is in there. Those people got
That's right.
On the job training.
I don't have anything, Mayor, other than just their free council.
Nice to get started.
We're going to kick you off tonight with an update by Mr. Collins.
Thank you. We got just a few things that we wanted to provide a update. I'm pretty certain that this would be from a staff involvement standpoint in terms of inspections of building construction related to the auxiliary building. This will be the last report that you hear from us. They've got a final punch list of stuff that they need to have completed, nothing life safety related at all. That's why they have been allowed to move in the vehicles and buses, and staff begin to move into office space, etc. But they ought to have that punch list of items completed in the next several weeks, and then fire and building official will make their final inspection, and we will be out of their hair.
Is that where we meet on Saturday morning?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't know specifically where on site. I don't know if anybody else has got any more specific information. I think it will all be easy to be found.
Before you
Yes, sir.
I've heard this referred to as the bus barn. Talk about what all is in there, because it is a whole heck of a lot more than a bus barn.
I see that.
No, it's not, no, I've heard that in the community.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people think it's our facility, but obviously it's not.
As the complex is technically referred to as the auxiliary building, the portion of the complex that's occupied by the buses obviously probably takes up the largest acreage, but as Mr. McCamey indicated, there's a lot more to it. They've got their nutrition and staff services that are located there. They've got the warehouse that will store the foods that are then transferred and distributed out to the local campus. They've got their fleet and maintenance facility out there, as well as the administrative support for those respective responsibilities, all housed out there on that property. So it is much more than simply a place where the buses are parked.
How many jobs?
About 365 total. That includes all of the bus drivers in addition to the permanent full-time staff that fill all of those positions associated with those responsibilities.
The entirety of this building that you're showing is office.
Yeah, that's the administrative. Yes, sir.
Now, the bus is going to be coming in and out all day long, where they deliver the kiddos in the morning and then come back and park and then go back to pick them up in the daytime?
Yes, ma'am. If I remember the numbers correctly, they've got about 65 buses in the fleet, and in any given day, they've got less than 50 that are actually put into service on any given day. And not all the buses leave at the same time. When we had the traffic impact analysis that was done, it indicated that there was really like an hour-and-a-half window in the morning and in the afternoon, respectively, that the buses were leaving. And we had, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, so less than 50 buses would be leaving in the morning and in the afternoon, respectively, in 4 or 5 different directions that they would be heading.
I've been asked several times by people, what will the impact of the buses be? Well, I've been kind of encouraged by that, because the fact of the matter is, they have been there for a while.
Right.
And if people are having to ask that, then you know that the impact's probably not that great, because they're not even noticed.
It's not, I've watched that several mornings, and it just kind of just flows. I mean,
So
there's
we've
no
got,
real-
what, 24,000 trips a day on that Highway 10, and then those 50 buses, of which I think a couple of dozen blend in with that per day. So it's a very, very small percentage.
We felt pretty confident with that.
One thing I noticed, I was leaving the police station the other night, and the bus was going eastbound and doing a U-turn right in front of the police station to go back to there. Is that how they would have to go there? Is there not?
There's no cut through, I don't they do not use that main entrance
Which
for the
is
buses
in
coming
front
in
of
and
us
out.
right
There's a
here.
bus entrance.
Yeah, it's supposed to come
and that's
down,
just to the
Wilshire,
just
right?
east of that.
You know, if they're doing that at all, I'm sure that that's related to the service road construction. If I remember some of the traffic patterns that they were going to be going on, it's a little bit different with the highway construction. Once that service road is open, I think that's going to change that pattern.
I think that sure that there would be that U-turn.
I thought it'd be awfully, if we were running 50 buses, you know, a lot of them are gonna be coming at the same time, trying to make that U-turn is not gonna work.
Outlaw.
Yeah.
If they're going to their facility, if they're coming eastbound, they would normally turn on Wilshire and go in.
That's what I was thinking, they would turn on Wilshire, I didn't understand that. Maybe you just-
Absolutely.
maybe you just missed it.
Yeah.
We can certainly address that, because that would be a concern.
Well, they were definitely through the word. I mean, in Wilshire, we haven't had a lot of traffic or any of the above. And I mean, it's nothing different.
We had a meeting one day last week with the apartment community just to the north of there, and they never said one word about it. So,
Looks good, it's quiet. Buzzy's Tacos is happy, I bet.
It's cleaning out that whole area.
yeah. Contingency control. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mike. Hurry up.
We have been discussing with you the fact that several of our local businesses, particularly in the Highway 10 corridor, have either gone through a remodel or they've got some expansion plans. Quickway is one such business that we've had on and off discussions with over the last, 2 years or so. They are finally ready to come in with building construction plans that will add up to a 20,000 square foot building on this site. And we've been working with them in some preliminary meetings to make sure that everything that they want to put on that property can fit and they can park it and get adequate circulation. So we will begin a technical review of their site plan. And hopefully, depending on how quickly they move through the process, you could see something in the next several months associated with that.
Don't they have
project.
property that fronts on Highway 10?
They do indeed.
That's not it.
That is not. This is actually looking due north on Heather. This would be the east, actually the southeast portion of the campus that they own. We've been talking about Sal's plans for a new restaurant and have been working with him for several months. And just recently, Sal has submitted his plans to go ahead and redo this. This is on the west side of West Parkway, south of Airport Freeway. You would have had the former Whataburger there on the hard corner, and then you've got the office building. This had actually been a former drive-through bank when the name of the bank escapes me right now. The Landmark Bank that had been there. So Sal's coming in here and he will add some type of covered patio structure immediately to the west, and the concept will be that it will continue to be an Italian food, but in the same manner that you walk through, I don't know, like Chipotle. As you walk through the line, you tell them exactly what it is that you're going to want to eat. So we've got that under review, and hopefully that will be to you within the next month or so.
Is that like a quick stop place and one stop thing? It's not, is it sit down?
Yes, ma'am. The outdoor or covered patio area that he will want to create will allow sit down as well. Absolutely.
You know who he's talking about, he said Sal, but Sal,
Yeah.
Thank you, Garrett. You may have noticed on 157 that the former racetrack, we can refer to it now, is undergoing some type of renovation and design. The new owner would tell us that it was sold by Racetrack and it's being rebranded as an icebox. It will continue to be a convenience store with gasoline sales. We don't know the underlying reason why Racetrack sold that. We made attempts to email, and they got a contact in the real estate division, and left them a voicemail to ask them why this had been put up for sale and had not gotten any response since we got in touch with them 2 weeks ago now. And as soon as we learn something more, we will pass that on. Obviously, we've got some interest, as we all do, in potentially what impact it can have on their Highway 10 location as well.
Like I was in Perth yesterday, on precinct line, and there's the, I think, the raceway that is north of their city hall. It also was, the name blocked off.
Hmm. No. Interesting. Chop House Burgers, we are at the Shops at Vineyard Village there on the east side of 121 south of Glade Road. Mike Hoke is the owner that we've been working with for a long time, it seems like now. He has just a really short punch list of items to complete on this, and he has not yet set a grand opening date, but he assures us that when he gets that date, he will have that communicated very, very loudly, and we'll pass that on when we learn that they're getting really, really close to opening.
So the frontage road is North Industrial there?
No, this is at the Shops at Vineyard Village there at the Lowe's Shopping Center. You know, like this.
That's what I'm saying. That frontage road?
Yes, sir.
Is North Industrial.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't realize that until just now.
Okay.
Yep, Mike,
That's
it's,
why you refer to it as North Industrial. Sorry.
Mike, it's not supposed to be.
Oh, exactly. That's incorrect.
That's
Well,
It
incorrect.
should be the 121 Service Road.
Well, I
I
thought
was
it was like
thinking
that.
so too.
Yeah, we got that
You're
wrong.
confusing us.
Apologize.
Confusing us?
Particularly on that one, actually. Chop House Burgers at the Shops at Vineyard Village is on 121 Service Road, not North Industrial. Sorry for the confusion. If you go south of the Suite 2108 Urban Loft at Glade Parks, we're now on the west side of the road, south of Super Target. You will see the grading work that's being done by K. Hoffnanian related to their single-family detached development that they would expect when the sewer line is extended along Brazos. They'll be able to tie into that and enable them to get a model home under construction in May, June timeframe relating to their residential subdivision.
That's just a little minor detail, because all those homes will have indoor plumbing, so. One of our best features for operating their sewer line is critical to their model home, so.
We actually have a pre-construction conference for that tomorrow. For those, the
Those
start-
sewer lines.
No, the start vertical there. The sewer line is actually being done under the current project with Suncoast.
We are at East Ash Lane towards the 360 southbound service road, Brookside at Bear Creek, adjacent to our Bear Creek. If you have driven on Bear Creek or Ash Lane in that vicinity recently, you will have noticed on that west end of the development, they have now constructed the final 2 buildings with the 6 townhomes each per building that's recently been completed. They've had an increase in demand for that product, and they went ahead and got that under construction as speculative building, and they've actually had several purchases of those. The Dominion at Bear Creek continues its development. I am not very smart in a lot of things, and one of the areas is being able to look on the site plans that y'all have provided and really be able to see the relationship between the street and the back curb and a sidewalk and where your screening wall is being constructed and where your lots are going to be developed. Well, in this subdivision, when you drive by there, you can really see, based on what's been being built, some of the special features that will make this residential development unique in comparison to some of the other developments throughout the community. And what makes it special is that hike and bike trail network that's being created, and you can really see the 30-foot setback minimum that's established between the back of curb and that masonry screening wall, where that trail is located and how it meanders throughout the development, and then ultimately ties into the interior of the development. And that is it for our update, Mr. McCamey.
Any questions?